Hello everyone, this is Godfrey Devuputra working as Associate Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, Maharaj Institute of Technology, Mysore. Earlier in the video that I had shared with you, we had discussed about simplex procedure in order to solve an LPP. In continuation to that, now I'm going to teach you something which is called as the Big M method, which is also called as chance or penalty method. Difference between simplex method and the Big M method is that simplex method is used only when the inequalities of the constraints are of lesser than equal to sign. When the inequality changes to greater than equal to sign, we will not be able to solve it by using the simplex procedure, for which we need to solve by using the Big M method. The rest of the procedure and the rest of the conditions remains the same. For example, I'll reiterate the conditions once again. The condition number one is only the maximization problem can be solved by using Big M method. All the inequalities must be converted into equation. This is second condition. Third condition is the RHS of all constraints must be non-negative and the all variables themselves must be non-negative. Almost all of the conditions remains the same from that of the simplex method to Big M method. When the constraints are given in the form of, say for example, if there is a constraint that is given in the form of 2x1 plus 3x2 is greater than equal to 0, in order to convert this into an equality, just like the earlier procedure that we had adopted, I'm going to write this equation once again. 2x1 plus 3x2 should be made equal to 10. Now, as we have discussed in the earlier video, the logic of this equation says that the 2x1 plus 3x2 is already very much greater than 10. So therefore, in order to make it equal to 10, I'm supposed to subtract something. So let me subtract something here. But now, when we subtract here, we do not know what is the effect of this surplus variable that we have added here. What will be its effect on this equation? So here we're going to add one more variable, which is called as an artificial variable, and name it as A1. Okay, when I'll repeat once again, 2x1 plus 3x2 was already very much greater than 10, so therefore we have subtracted a huge amount of value by the name of surplus variable, and to negate the effect of the surplus variable on the system of equations, I've added an artificial variable called as A1. The coefficient of slack and surplus variable in the objective function remains to be 0, just as in the case of simplex method, whereas the coefficient of artificial variables in the objective function will be given a value called as minus m. How to incorporate this minus m, I'm going to teach you when we solve the problem. Big M method also gives us the opportunity to solve a problem when inequality is greater than equal to sign. As well, it also gives us an opportunity when there is a constraint which is given in the form of inequality. Here, for example, 3x1 plus x2 is already given as is equal to 3. So in order to bring it into the standard format, I'm going to keep the equality as equality, but at the same time I'm going to add 3x1 plus x2 plus an artificial variable here in this particular case. So regardless of whether the sign is greater than equal to or equal to, we are going to add the artificial variables. Whereas when we have a slack less than equal to sign, that is when we add the slack variable, just as in the case of simplex method, we are not going to add the artificial variable. The rest of the procedure remains the same. Okay, now let me explain a solution of a problem. Here there is a problem which is given. Minimize z equals to 2x1 plus x2 subject to constraint x1 plus 2x2 is less than equal to 4, 4x1 plus 3x2 is greater than equal to 6, and 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 3. x1 x2 already greater than equal to 0. So we need to bring this system of equation, which is an LPP, and we are supposed to bring it to the standard format. First, most importantly, the minimization function has to be converted into maximization problem. So therefore I'm going to multiply this whole equation, that is the objective function, by minus 1. So when I do that, as we know, the minimization problem gets converted to maximization. I'm going to introduce a dash here for the objective function z dash. So therefore minimization of z is equal to 2x1 plus x2 will become maximize z dash, which is equal to minus 2x1 minus x2. Let me write the constraints as they are. X1 plus 2x2 is less than or equal to 4. 4x1 plus 3x2 is greater than or equal to 6. 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 3, and x1 comma x2 are greater than or equal to 0. Now we have simply converted the objective function from minimization to maximization. Okay, now let me start working on the constraints themselves. Here the first constraint, since x1 plus 2x2 is less than or equal to 4, so whenever there is a less than or equal to sign, I'm supposed to add a slack variable. So here in this case, since I'm adding the slack variable, there is no need to add an artificial variable. Whereas in the second case, 4x1 plus 3x2 is, since I'm supposed to make it equal to 6, so here I'm supposed to subtract. So therefore I'm gonna subtract a surplus variable. Since I'm using a surplus variable, I'm supposed to add an artificial variable. Third constraint, 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 3. This is an equality which is already given, but even then we're supposed to add something which is called as an artificial variable. Since we have now added slack variable in the first constraint, surplus variable plus artificial variable in the second case, and only an artificial variable in the third case, because there was no inequality present, all the variables x1, x2, s1, s2, a1, a2, all of them now are greater than or equal to 0. So I am supposed to incorporate all of these things in the objective function. So therefore objective function will now be written as maximize z dash, which is equal to minus 2x1 minus x2 plus 0s1 plus 0s2 minus m into a1 minus m into a2. The value of m in the coefficient function is, by concept, this is a huge number. When the value of m is never found out, the procedure is such that we simply have to evaluate the system of equations that is available here to ease out or to remove out the artificial variable from the solution stage and arrive at the solution. M itself is a huge quantity, so therefore any number minus m is always a negative value, and any quantity, if it is subtracted from m, it still remains a positive value. Okay, so I'll repeat the steps once again. Here big M method is basically used when greater than equal to sign or equal to sign is also used. When there is only less than equal to sign, simplex method is good enough. Simplex method cannot be used for constraints of greater than equal to sign, neither can a simplex method be used when there is equal to sign. The rest of the conditions remains the same, just as in the case of simplex method. Examples of converting an inequality with greater than equal to sign or equal to sign into equalities is this. Say for example, if there is a inequality given in the form of 2x1 plus 3x2 is greater than equal to 10, since greater than equal to 10 is the inequality that is available here, so in order to make this LHS is equal to RHS, I am supposed to subtract the surplus variable. So but when we use a surplus variable, we are supposed to add an artificial variable. Similarly, when there is an equality already existing in the given question, we still add an artificial variable and bring it into the standard format. Here there is a question which we are dealing with right now. Minimize z equals 2x1 plus x2 subject to constraints that is given over there. So in order to bring this given question into the standard format, To solve it by using the bigger method, we first converted the minimization problem into maximization problem by multiplying the whole of the objective function by -1. So the equation took this particular shape. Now we started working on the constraints, not on the objective function but on the constraints. So here, since the first constraint had an inequality in the form of less than equal to sign, so just an addition of a slack variable was enough. Since the second constraint had a inequality in the form of greater than equal to sign, so we had to introduce a surplus variable. At the same time, since we have introduced a surplus variable, we had to add an artificial variable. The third equation, 3x1 plus x2, was already given in the form of equality, but still we had to add an artificial variable. By incorporating all of this new basic variable, that is x1, x2, s1, s2, a1 and a2, which is all greater than equal to 0, we have incorporated all of them in the objective function. So therefore, in the objective function, the coefficient of slack and surplus variable